Good morning. It is a very foggy morning. If you can look behind me, it's fall weather is setting in, and there's a crow. I think it's a crow or a raven, I'm not sure. But yeah, the summer is coming to an end, and the season is winding down. I like to capture the cricket sounds and things. I love the sound of crickets. So this morning I am contemplating about Yeshua, Jesus, the historical figure. As I am contemplating the historical figure, and I don't mean, and my hair is all over the place today. A little bit of vanity going on in me today. Yeah, I am not talking about the Christian, the version of Jesus Christianity has created, which I absolutely abhor. As you have probably known by now from what I have been sharing over the last couple of years. But I'm contemplating the historical person, the man that is reported to have walked the earth 2,000 years ago, whether in reality or just in mythology, it doesn't matter. But the myth of Jesus, the idea of Jesus is interesting to me. His life, his mission, he is a type for my own life, actually for every one of our lives. He was a revolutionary, spiritual, mystic revolutionary in his time. And every age and every time has their own revolutionaries. I like the revolutionary Jesus. I like the renegade spirit, obviously, as that is my handle, what I relate to myself. Whatever Jesus taught was exceptional, but Christianity has twisted it all into this religious distortion. And the biggest distortion was in elevating Jesus Christ as the Godhead. That turned everything screwy and upside down and has done the greatest damage for humanity and for the planet. It has been very detrimental because we assigned the God role, the God image, to this single character, biblical character, because of the wording in the Bible. He is the only begotten Son, and He's the express image. I mean, these are terms of exclusivity. It's like God has excluded itself from its creation. That is the epitome of separation, the epitome of the duality mind, the double-mindedness. And that's why the consciousness of God union and oneness union consciousness is emerging so strongly now. It's, by the way, this is the second coming of Christ. The second coming of this, the second wave of Christ consciousness, of God consciousness. Jesus as a lone voice in the wilderness, much like John the Baptist, tried to kindle the fire 2,000 years ago, but that his match did not light very much, and whatever it did light up at the time got persecuted and squelched by the religious leaders murdering any disciple of the way. And the way, the people of the way, were the people of the way within you, the way within yourself, within the temple of quote unquote God. And anyone who spread this message of divinity, the God self, and the kingdom within got persecuted because the systems of this world, the powers of this world, the egoic driven agendas turned this whole thing into an external religion of worship, the worship of an external God, and which is idolatry, which is the true idolatry. There is no God external of us. It's the very essence that gives us life in this body, which is you. You are that life. When we identify with our physical human, that's when we get cut off from our divine consciousness. We're cut off from source, from our source consciousness, the I am, who I am. And that's the distortion of the mind as well. The carnal mind is enmity with God, or with the idea that you are God. The carnal mind cannot accept that. The carnal mind seeks to worship something outside, something external, something tangible, something visible. And if it's invisible, it makes an idol of it so that it has a visible representation. But it will never accept the visibility of your human being to be a manifestation of that source God. It will never accept that. So that is the true Satan, the true opposer, the true adversary, right here in your head, in your mind, in your third dimensional limited mind that cannot know the things of God and the invisible world. So, boy, I said a whole bunch of things and really didn't make my point, did I? Maybe I didn't make my point. So the idea of Jesus, I love the idea of Jesus. I love who he was, but I reject him as supreme God. That's not what he was. That's not what he is. No more in the sense than we are. When we're out of this physical body, the God consciousness of all of us combines into one. It is one. It's not individualized over there on the other side. Consciousness. You cannot put consciousness into a concept. It is ever expanding, ever becoming. That's why God's name is I am that I am, and I will be what I will be. Whatever consciousness intends is what it will be, and that is God.